should teens or early 20s focus on cutting or putting on size?
Because weightlifting can be the greatest thing for your body, and it can deteriorate your body if you do it wrong. The Mona's talk about the 30-day blitz because, like she says, most people can't even do it. Can't handle the blitz. It is tough. You guys have heard this a million times. Muscle weighs a lot, and muscle is a quarter the size of fat. So the reason why I wanted to talk about the food is because of the fact that he lost that 16 pounds, and he was so driven to go, let me continue to push forward, regardless of what the program says. Now, if you guys have done the 30-day blitz, then you guys know that I actually ask you on Sundays to feed that body again, to stop the training, to enjoy the day, to put those carbohydrates back in there and really go. Now, I know that may seem odd after a week of your body just dropping and dropping and dropping, but there's something that I know that the body will shut down. And it depends on the program when your body shuts down. And I can also tell by your check-ins that your body is shut down. And so the reason why I wanted Bobo to talk about the enjoyment of yesterday is because that will spike his body again the way that I'm having him do this. And he'll continue to drop weight over the next week into a goal of over 20 pounds within a week and a half.
So I also had in the mindset was, so we're doing the diet yesterday, or eating all we could eat yesterday. In my mind, now I'm fixed on a number to get to while we're here. So in my mind, I wanted to stay on point. And on point, I was thinking to myself, when Mike said, oh, that when we go to bed, he was fasting all day. So what was that, Sunday night? Saturday night. Mike said, let's get a meal in to help us get some sleep. And I was like, I think I'll just pass him a meal and get up the next morning, and I'll do legs and eat after that. So I'll do a fasted leg workout. And that was not correct.
And then after the leg workout, you wanted to go do abs.
So after the leg workout, we came back in here. I was getting ready to eat. And then when we're standing in the kitchen, I said, I'm going to go ahead, because every day I was doing 500 abs, so now I'm doing 1,000 abs. So I was going to knock out the ab workout and then get ready to do my cardio later. And he was like, no, today is eat, sleep, rest. So, which was added about 3 hours to my day.
So it did, but it also got you set up for today, to where you're excited now seeing the changes.
I got up this morning. I got up this morning probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'll be going back sometime this week, so I got to get back on my time back home because the office is over there open at 8 o'clock, so it's 5 o'clock here. So I got up this morning and did some paperwork. Went ahead and knocked out an hour of cardio and knocked out 500 abs. So I got an hour left with 500 more abs. So mentally, it's here. I'm just ready to just keep rolling with it. And then I'm thinking, they're sleeping upstairs. I'm going to go ahead and knock my cardio out. I'm going to jump ahead of them. And here Moni is trying to bypass me on the cardio. So now it's like a race.
So for all of you, there's a program, and whatever program we're on, that's the great thing about check-ins is that each week or every 2 weeks, we're going to make sure you guys are doing everything correctly. So if you are not on the 6-week shred, get your butts on the 6-week shred. Our first group of 6-week shredders are finishing up their program. So you can really talk to those guys and ask them about how that program worked for them for those 6 weeks. I had some incredible, again, the women in the Titan crew are savages. You guys just set the bar really, really high. And so there were some incredible changes so far. And again, they're just finishing out that 6-week shred. So go talk to them right today and say, hey, tell me about the 6-week shred. What has it done for you so far? And think about the changes in 6 weeks, the changes you can make. Nobody's doing the 30-day blitz right now except for me and Bobo. If you want to do the 30-day blitz, it is the most intense and crazy workout of your life. Do you transform in 30 days? Not only do you, it's a completely mental change as well. So we are doing that right now. Jeffrey, will you put that 30-day blitz up there for these guys?
The blitz.
The blitz. I do recommend that you listen to Mona's talk about the 30-day blitz because, like she says, Most people can't even do it. Can't handle the blitz. It is tough. With that being said, Bobo, your changes this week, you kind of let them know already. I have you now at 2 hours of cardio. The first hour will be in the morning. I'm okay with that after your training, unless we're not training that day. Like today, we have off. And then the second hour of cardio later in the day is best you possibly can without being destroyed.
Right.
But again, 30-day blitz is tough, and you feel beat down regardless. What else are we going to cover? We're going to cover Bobo's check-ins. Those are the only changes. He knows the nutrition. The nutrition is going to stay the same. The high day we talked about, Bobo wanted to continue forward, and he had to understand that he had to let the body rest. We kind of covered that. And we covered the first thing we talked about was on the program, staying on the program. And we talked about you guys check it in, and some of the people that did check in, that we did restart. Hopefully you guys understand that. Does that make sense to you? Because you've done this, and we stopped you and restarted you.
Yeah. It's it's been nice being out here starting the program at the house, because I can carry it on, and I know exactly what the goals are now to get there, what I've got to look for. So you guys out there that are doing your programs, you maybe maintain your check-ins, because that's going to be the key factor for this whole deal is your check-ins. Because you may feel that you're on point or with your diet or your workouts, but guarantee you it's not to what his expectations are. He's your coach, and he knows more than any one of us on here what's best for each one of us. He may see what's your best potential, and he may see more potential in you than what you see in yourself.
And then let's finish this with progress and mindset. We had some incredible check-ins, and now I know that, like, Bobo knows he's doing well now. I mean, obviously the body weight is changing, and then I was okay with him doing a high day yesterday because his body's changing so well and working with us. And there's some people that did check-ins that, for some people, when you gain weight, that throws you off. If you're dieting, or if you're on a nutrition plan and you're gaining weight, it throws you off. Again, you guys have heard this a million times. Muscle weighs a lot, and muscle is a quarter the size of fat. So a pound of muscle compared to a pound of fat. The extreme change of those two things are amazing. That's why you see a guy that's 230 pounds that's all muscle, doesn't look that big. Where you see a guy that's 230 pounds of fat, looks pretty beefy in a bad way. So if you guys and girls are gaining weight, and I've got you off the cardio, and I've got you pulled back a bit, and I've got you making sure your calories at a good point, that's muscle. That's a good thing. We want that for longevity. And so stay mentally strong in that aspect, that we're in that phase of we're putting muscle on you. And Mo, I know that you're busy, so Mo will go later. For a lot of you that are in the Titan crew, especially you ladies, if you want to talk to Mona, remember I have a lot of you guys starting the dry out. Everybody that's doing the 6-week shreds, I have a lot of you starting the dry outs. So again, for you girls, make sure to talk to Mona about this. And if anybody wants to talk to me or Jeffrey about the dry out, hit us up as well for you guys that are going to be doing that. On check-ins, today's or yesterday's check-in was for the 6-week shreds. So if there is people that checked in that are doing power bodybuilding and stuff like that yesterday was not for you guys. That'll be next week. We'll get you guys. Okay. And then for all my one-on-ones, we will be doing that next. I will get to all of you guys and make sure to Skype call and talk to each of you guys if you guys have time today.
Should teens or early 20s focus on cutting or putting on size?
I would say size. I think you should really focus on size until you're about 25 to 28. in that range. In a perfect world, I would say that. If you want to compete and stuff like that, that changes things, but that's also only about 3 months that you're dieting for. So the majority of the time is size. You know, for me, my son will never diet until he's out of his 20s. I will not have him be in a deficit at any point prior to that. So
isn't he on a diet right now?
he is on a diet right now, and he's taken over 100 grams of protein and carbs already at this stage. But yeah, you see, as a youngster, you have a growth period. And that growth period is going to be something that will stay with you for the rest of your life. And so that's why I always recommend try not to be overweight during those young years, because that's going to probably keep you in that position as you fight through life. But it's the same thing for size. The great thing about a lot of the guys that I know that grew up in my era or 10 years after me that were big size football players continued on to that size very easily and maintain that size easily. Like, you guys know, I'm a 310-pound guy, pretty simple just by eating. And so that size has been there, but that size was there since I was 17 years old. So I recommend for you guys to really try to put that size and muscularity on as a youngster. You know, a lot of people don't train when they're in high school and college.
You should be doing nothing but eating and working out.
Eating and working out. I mean, going back, I know that's easy to say because we were chasing tail a lot, but I'm just saying man, I wish I wish I would focus more on the training and the eating and staying off season relative to slicing up.
How many weeks do you work out heavy? And how many weeks on low weights and high reps?
Lordy.
You want to answer that?
How many weeks do you work out heavy?
How many weeks do you work at heavy?
But watch his second question.
And how many weeks on low weights and high reps?
Are these this for 52 weeks? This is for a solid year. I mean,
This is just the kind
This
of
is-
questions
this
we
is
get
it.
done.
No, this is forever.
This is what we get.
This is forever.
My recommendation is get a coach. From your question alone, it shows me that you're new to this, which is great. Welcome to Weightlifting 101. But yeah, I would get somebody. This is a good thing for anybody. Go to the gym, look for the most appealing physique to you, and then try to work out with that person. You go to the gym and you're a female and you want to have the body like this other female, you know, train with them, learn what they know. Obviously, age could be a factor, that you go to the gym and you're 40 and this girl's 20 and has this kick-ass body. Well, maybe there is aspects of what she's doing that may help, but it's also motivating. But there's probably a lot of stuff that doesn't help. But at least you're learning and you're with somebody that's kind of doing something right. So like this gentleman here, his second question isn't a question because that's not a thing. Because the first question is heavy. Then the second question is low reps. Well, that is heavy. And then high reps. So he's all over the place. My recommendation, get to the gym, work out with somebody that's kind of doing things right, or at least appealing to you, and follow them along and learn. Crash course. 3 months of training.
Subscribe to Mike's YouTube.
This is true. Why do so many people avoid the heavy compounds? Almost everyone lives on the machines. Compounds should be the bread and butter, right?
Yeah. And it's not, I think the reason why is because they think that is like a bodybuilding or a powerlifting thing, when it's not. It's just a functional, it's the most functional training methods used for longevity. So a squat and a deadlift is, I don't care if you powerlift or bodybuild, they're just great exercises for you to stay a healthy individual. Now, does it need to be extremely heavy? Again, no, it doesn't need to be crazy for you. It's whatever strength level you're at. And then in that range of 70 to 80% is golden. Keep the reps low so you don't deteriorate the body, and be smart. But yeah, it's a great point. And I think it goes back to when I first opened this conversation about staying on a plan. And I think most people go, well, if I'm doing a portion of the plan, then I'm doing portionally okay. And unfortunately, that's not true. That's deterioration. If you go into the gym and you're doing things wrong, like one thing I always get said to, and it hurts me. I've been training a long time. I get that. And I think some people try to say the same thing to make them so it's like a relational thing. Hey, great. I've been training 30 years too. And so I understand the point of them saying that. You see what I'm saying? It's like, hey, we both shop at the same place. We both go to Target. Okay, cool. Unfortunately, if you've been training 30 years and you have bad shoulders and bad back and bad knees and you don't look good, it's not a good thing to say. And that's what I don't want you guys to get carried away. Hey, it's just time in the gym. We're all doing it. I've been there for 20 years, but you haven't been doing it right. And that's what I don't want for any of you guys. I don't want you guys to sit there and go, hey, listen, I've been training for 15 years. I'm kicking butt. Then you should look like you're kicking butt. I don't want you to, it's the guy that's invest. I've been in stock market for 30 years. I'm still broke. That's not what I want to hear, right? Does that make sense to you guys? I'm just trying to make the correlation here that I don't want you training all the time and I don't want you doing it all the time, because weightlifting can be the greatest thing for your body. And it can deteriorate your body if you do it wrong. And it can and you guys see this. I know a lot of you guys love these guys out there on social media that have huge followings because they talk about what badasses they are. But I see the deterioration in their body. And I don't know why I see it and nobody else does, but I see like, oh my gosh, this guy is broken down. He's destroyed his body. He's a shadow of himself, but he's out there going, I'm a beast. I'm like, no, Mona's a beast. You know, she's deadlifting 365, closing in on 50. Right, Mo? 50? And she's 140 pounds. So it's like, okay, that's a beast. And she'll be doing that for the next 20 years, where these guys that are out there screaming and yelling are deterioration. You being a beast with 100 pounds doing 100 reps does not make me think that's cool. It's not. It's deterioration to the body. Again, strength for any human over what you're doing is going to build your body. That's Wolff's Law or Davis' Law. Both of those laws means your body will get stronger over time. Anita, did you see the video she posted? 83-year-old woman kicking ass in a powerlifting meet. Listen, most 40-year-old women and 40-year-old guys don't train or do powerlifting meets. And she's got an 83-year-old. That's what I want for you guys.
Just had a hip replacement.
Just had hip replacement 8 months ago. That's like Kelly Sullivan. In 6 weeks, he'll be back.
Yeah.
That's what I want for you guys. If you do not understand that, or that seems harsh to you, too bad. That's reality. You're going to get older. You're going to deteriorate. Somebody said, Scott said the other day, he says he loves a lot of quotes. And he said he loved one of my quotes that I said, if you are trying to maintain, you're going backwards. There is absolutely no thing in life that you can maintain. You're either getting older or you're getting better. Goodbye.